My goodness, what an honor it is to be here tonight to address all of you. It's an honor for me to be here, to be a small part of Family Institute of Connecticut's amazing 25-year history. In a few minutes, you'll see a video on that history, but what you won't see is the obstacles that we are up against in Connecticut, the very tall obstacles we have faced and overcome to be the force we are in Connecticut today. We've heard it especially in this year's election cycle. They've called us anti-gay and anti-woman. They've said we don't belong in Connecticut or even in this century. They've declared it offensive that friendly politicians would dare to associate with us. But we know the truth. We are part of Connecticut's past, we are its present, and if we are willing to stand up for what we believe in, we are the future of Connecticut. We stand for timeless truths here in our home state. Not out of hate, but out of love, not disparaging anyone, but winsomely making the case to our friends, our families, our neighbors, church, community, educational facilities, and yes, to the politicians and media outlets too, for a Connecticut where every unborn child is protected in law and welcomed in life, where every child can grow up with a mother and a father, where religious liberty is cherished and protected, not mocked or attacked. Together, we fought off same-sex marriage at the state legislature. When the court imposed it, we secured the strongest religious liberty exemptions against it in the entire nation. And we've defeated assisted suicide 2 years in a row. It's been our privilege these last 25 years to fight for these values, not just in some far-off battlefield, but here in Connecticut, our own backyard, where we live and work and worship, where we raise our children and grandchildren. We are all a part of Family Institute of Connecticut because we want to leave to our children a Connecticut that is not a curse, but a blessing to them. We often say that Family Institute of Connecticut is the voice of the church in the halls of power in Connecticut. But when we say Family Institute of Connecticut, we don't mean a handful of us in an office in Hartford. We mean all of you. Family Institute of Connecticut isn't just some office that you mail a donation to, or a face that you see on TV, or a name that you read in the news. It's a movement. It is all of us working together for a better, more family-friendly Connecticut. So it was all of us, the hundreds of people here tonight, and the thousands of other state residents who are part of our membership, who were recently maligned in a political commercial simply because we believe in God's truth about marriage and the family, and we didn't flinch. I want to thank all of you tonight for standing with us, for standing for those timeless truths in a difficult time and place, not just recently, but for the last 25 years. It has been my privilege these last 7 years to be the executive director of Family Institute of Connecticut, and I could not ask for a better cause or a more noble group of people to be associated with. So thank you so much, and God bless you. I applaud you, members of Family Institute of Connecticut. Thank you. The update is typically about things that have occurred in the past year, but this time I felt that it was really important to sort of break away and talk about that big picture and just let you know, every time I come up here, I get a standing applause, and I'm so grateful for it. I should be giving you a standing ovation. Thank you. You are the Family Institute of Connecticut. Thank you so much. And finally, our award tonight. Every year we give an award named for Charles Stetson, one of the founders of the Family Institute of Connecticut, one of my predecessors as executive director. Bibi and Chuck are here tonight from the family. And also I want to say thank you to my wife and my daughters. My mom even is here. Thank you so much, my family. Couldn't do it without you, Leslie. I love you. And our award tonight, every year we give a Stetson Award to whoever had shown most courage in the pro-family battle for that year. Also, whoever has helped us achieve one of our biggest victories. Well, as you all know, for the last 2 years, the single biggest fight in Connecticut on a family issue has been the effort to defeat assisted suicide. We've beaten it 2 years. They're coming back again next year. We've beaten it 2 years in a row. But there's no way we could have beaten it without last year's awardee. You all remember Kathy Ludlum from Second Thoughts, Connecticut. And you know, when we gave the award to Kathy last year, and the person we're giving the award to this year, what we want to do is honor not just them, but frankly, all people with disabilities. We've really formed a magnificent alliance with people from across an ideological spectrum, many of whom do not necessarily agree with us on other issues, but we're all united in this common understanding that the legalization of assisted suicide is bad public policy that would put people with disabilities and the elderly and other vulnerable populations at risk. There is no way, I do not believe there is any way we could have defeated assisted suicide this year without the good work of our awardee, Stephen Mendelsohn. Stephen, you can see his background in your program. I won't read that verbatim. I will just tell you from my own personal experience, there is no way we would have defeated this bill without Stephen. His research skills are off the charts. Stephen has been such an asset. The level of knowledge that he brings to, frankly, some very complicated public policy matters around assisted suicide and around issues related to assisted suicide, things like medical orders for life-sustaining treatment, things that, frankly, are sometimes very much above my head, but not above Stephen. Stephen is the one who positioned us in a position to win this battle this year and for the future, and that's why we are so pleased to honor Stephen this year with our Charles Stetson Award for 2014. Stephen.